Are you a content creator looking for effects to bring your videos to a whole new level?
Welcome to Production Crate.
Production Crate is the resource for graphics, visual effects, music, and much more. On top of that, these assets are compatible with your editing software. Get your unlimited free effects today or premium effects for only $49 a year. Make it awesome. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to create better videos and how to just improve your YouTube channel in general, because after making videos for about 4 years full time, I actually experienced a lot of things that you can do to improve your channels without having needing, for example, a really good budget. I'm going to show you guys actually 3 simple steps that you can use in order to make better videos with just a tiny little bit more of effort. But of course, if you want to take YouTube seriously, you have to put in some time in there. So if you guys are excited for this video, and if you guys want to learn how to make better videos in 2021, make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're here for the very first time watching, and if you want to see more of these videos about how to improve your channel, how to edit videos with Vegas Pro and different software. So with that all the way, guys, let's go ahead and get started right after the intro. Alright guys, so for this section, Chester is going to join us as well into giving you guys this little tip, what it actually means if you want to bring value to your videos. Now, of course, if you're going to make, for example, a certain type of video, it doesn't really matter which kind it is. For example, a vlog or a tutorial video or basically anything that you're making videos about, people have to actually, find valuable in them, because that's the reason why they clicked on the video. So let's go ahead and take a tutorial, for example. So if people are, for example, stuck in a certain software, for example, After Effects, they're looking for a solution in a YouTube video if they can, for example, find a certain setting. Now, that's the kind of value that you want to offer to your viewers, because they're actively looking for something that they want to know. It doesn't really matter if it's, for example, tutorials, but it could be, for example, something different. Let's say that people are watching like a haul, for example, from a certain store, that they want to know what kind of products are new, or for example, a tutorial, or maybe like a different video, for example, how to replace a car tire. People are always looking for the solution when they're curious about something, and that's the value you need to offer, of course, in your videos. Now, you can bring this value in many different, situations and cases and ways as well, to just make your own twist on it and actually, get to the point. For example, not immediately. It's a little bit tricky with tutorials that people, as soon as they find what they needed, they will click off and it will mess up like your whole watch duration. But all of these tips basically comes down to that you have to answer people's questions, like what are they wondering, what they want to see, because people are always expecting a certain thing when they watch a video. If I'm going to click on a video, of course, how to, for example, mix a certain song in a certain program such as Pro Tools, of course, I'm expecting that value that I'm looking for so that I can take it, for example, into my own recording. And that's these things that you want to go ahead and implement in your videos, and stay away from clickbait, because clickbait is actually the total opposite side of the value. People are expecting to receive something for clicking on that video, for example, because they want to know something, but then it's clickbait and you have, for example, only a title or a thumbnail that looks like what's a video, and then the video is totally different, and then people will all, of course, leave a dislike, or they will just, leave a comment in a negative way, because of course that's the value you want to offer. If people are looking for something, because you got to imagine that people are going to YouTube for literally anything, even I think quicker than Google, because they like to have visuals on it, for example, how to do something instead of reading it on Google. I think it's a really good way to think about what is the value going to be, and how you're going to think about how to implement that value, but how to give that one to your viewers as well. So the main point is basically not everybody that's watching this channel or other channels, how to improve your videos, are always looking, for example, for the same topic. But that's just a really quick way to still offer some value in your videos and just keep them watching and keep them entertained as well throughout the video. Because when it comes to these kinds of videos, a lot of people might skip throughout the video to actually come on that segment that they're looking for, and that's something you also want to avoid. For example, that people skipping your videos will mess up your watch time. So that's a really good tip. A side note that you can, for example, say in the beginning of the video, you just keep watching, we will get to the topic. So offering value is actually really important to keep people watching and turn new viewers into subscribers. So that's a tip that you could actually take very seriously into your career when starting, for example, your YouTube channel in 2021. So with that out of the way, let's move on to step number 2. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit more about the quality of your video itself. So now of course in 2021 people are always expecting the most high quality videos and the most sharp quality from the most expensive cameras, but let me tell you something that I experienced years and years ago. So my first viral video was shot on the front facing camera of an iPhone 4 back in 2013. It had black bars all around it. It was not even 16:9, and that basically explains and also proves that you don't need a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 setup in order to, make the best videos or get known. Because you always see people with like hundreds of thousands of views and like millions of views, for example, maybe on each video, like the quality is insane. Like they have the background blurred and they have like the most insane lighting setups and like, the most expensive lenses. But let me tell you, you don't need that to get started, because not even like the most biggest YouTuber has started out with a $2,000, $3,000 camera. And also speaking for myself, I just started with what I had laying, of course, and then I started making these videos with for example, my phone, and I just, kept making videos. And if, for example, like money started in, I started back reinvesting every single dollar back into, for example, a better microphone. And then when the videos and the audios got better, I just invested it more into, for example, this one. And until recently, I actually upgraded, and I haven't told you guys about it yet. Starting from 2021, we're gonna start using this GH5 from Panasonic. This is a GH5 standard with a 1260mm lens, as you can read right here. So of course, investing in your channel is very, very important. Now, of course, if you don't have the budget for a high-end camera, you can still use, for example, your phone camera, because let's be honest, phone cameras are actually really, really great devices, and you don't really need like expensive gear at all. Now, of course, if YouTube is your passion and you would love to improve your videos and you want to pour everything into your hobby and your passion, and you have the money, of course, you can always buy like the best camera for your budget. Let's say that your budget is, for example, $500. You can perfectly get like this Canon, G7X that I'm using right now. But of course, this one is like 4 years old. So I think there's like a higher version and a stronger version, like this Mark II or Mark III. You can literally get, for example, the best camera possible for your budget. Whether your budget is like 200, you can get like really, really good ones from Canon, like this, maybe this 1200D for a couple $100. You can even get up to like a GH5 if you want to spend, for example, like around $2,000 on it. If you want to invest a little more, you can always go and, for example, get a Blackmagic camera or a Canon 1D. It just really depends on what your budget is and what you want to spend on it. And if you don't have any budget, just stick with the gear you already have, because of course, the device is not only the thing that makes your videos better, because of course, we have really, really good audio. For example, the microphone I'm using from my phone right now, or this Samsung C01U Pro. I think it was like an $80 microphone, and I used it for years and years and years because the quality was just so great, and you can even make it better in post. So even if you have a camera that's like $200-$300 with like some proper, setups, for example, like, different tripod, and you have, for example, some good lighting on, for example, from daylight, or for example, a softbox or just a room light, you can really, really make it a lot warmer. You can adjust the color balance in your camera to make it look more colder or whiter. Then you can even take that footage, you can grade it to like a really, really cinematic one. And if you guys are interested, I have my very own LUT pack of 20 LUT filters downloadable in the description down below. You can pick it up for only just $1. If that's something that you're interested in, you can actually find it in the description down below to grade your videos. And LUT filters, for the people who don't know what that is, it is basically just a color correction template that is already pre-made for you. You can drag it on, you can just, mess with the strength a little bit, make it like a lot stronger or a lot softer, and you have 20 choices to choose from. If you guys want to pick it up, the link is down in the description. But of course, making your videos a lot better is not necessarily about the quality of your camera or your audio, because of course it has to be decent. So making sure that you will always have these things optimized is very, very crucial if you want to step up your game on YouTube. Alright guys, so right now we're in front of the computer, and what I'm going to show you guys right now is a script from a Movavi video that I made actually quite a while back, and this is to show you guys exactly how to work consistently with like a script and how you can stay on topic, for example, and just, write everything out beforehand so you know what to say. So right now, as you can see, this is my Word file that I created. So right here we have the pre-intro. Right here, of course, it says like always what I'm saying at the very first time, in all my intros. So it says, what's going on, guys? guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a brief overview of Movavi's new Video Editor Plus and what the software is capable of. So if you guys want to learn more about this, check out the first link down in the description and let's start discovering this software right after the intro. You can always add in like multiple words into your intro and make it sound a little bit different, because you can always like write down what you're saying, but if you're now gonna have everything on text on your screen, you can now add in certain words and you can change like certain shapes of a sentence, so you can actually make it sound a little bit more different than usual. So right here, of course, we have intro where it's underlined, and that basically means that it's of course the visual intro that you guys have always seen. And then right here it says the introduction, and then it's the Movavi part. Now I cannot really script any of that, for example, if I'm gonna make a video about, you know, how to use Movavi, because it's of course like depending on like which topic I'm gonna go on first. Because this Movavi part, I actually mean that it's like the, you know, this with the whole screen recording where I'm like sitting in like in the corner in the bottom right with my green screen and all that. So I cannot really script that out. I could actually script like all the, you know, the topics I would love to talk about that Movavi, for example, can do. But for this scene, you know, the introduction, like typing out every single word for word, you know, that I'm gonna say it is not gonna work, because that maybe can take up to 20 minutes, you know, worth of text to have to write out, you know, because that's usually how long these videos are. And I really think that it's important that you can also be really free as well with like the introduction part, because I wouldn't really make a script for your entire video, because otherwise everything will look too static and it will look too scripted and all that. So I would just, you know, for example, keep this blank, and then for example, if you're done your intro, you can start it with your original video and then just use a little bit less of a scripting and just be free a little more, of course. And you can always add in certain things you can think of afterwards, you know. And then of course, when you have done that part, you can go to your wrap up where it basically says, all right everyone, now you know how to use Movavi Video Editor Plus 2020. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer as many of questions as possible. Thank you for Movavi for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you in the next one. These are actually the things that you can write in your outro, because these are things that you have to mention. For example, if a video is sponsored, you have to thank them, of course, because they're making this video possible. So these are actually really tiny things that you can write in. For example, if you would forget them without a script, like making sure people to subscribe and like the video and leave a comment, and that's a trick that people won't even notice that you're using a script. So once you have wrapped up your outro, right here it says outro with like underlined and in bold font, and that basically means that it's like the original outro footage, for example this one that I always use. And then at the bottom I made a little recap of what it's going to be. The length of the video is going to be between 5 to 10 minutes. You know, the host is going to be me, the camera is going to be done by me, and then of course my desktop screen recording with audio is done with OBS, the screen recording that I'm using also right now. And then right here it says vergoeding, that's Dutch for compensation. But at the bottom you can use, for example, like instead of flat rate, you can join their affiliate program if they're not paying you up front. And this is just a really quick template that I made myself. I just write it down, for example, the pre-intro, all my text, I just sat there and just thought like, all right, what's something I really don't have to forget in the intro? For example, checking out the link in the description, or certain things I will add it to this video editor. You can make your script as long as you want to and take as much time as you need to in order to memorize this, because of course it is always very important that you don't forget anything. And these are basically 3 simple steps in order to, you know, make better videos with like offering value to your channel, as well as thinking about the quality and of course your script. And these are basically 3 simple steps in order to make better videos in 2020. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Now you guys know how to create better videos by offering value. You know, think about the quality, your camera, your microphone and your audio, and also how you can work with the script, so you can actually like plan out what you will be saying in the video, so you can actually think about it beforehand, that you don't have to, for example, make up things on the spot that you have to cut out later. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this video and if you find these tips valuable, make sure to reward with a like down below. I'll catch you guys in a brand new Vegas tutorial, obviously tomorrow on the channel. That's it, and I'll see you guys obviously in tomorrow's video.